Coming up, a dive into the effects of the Chicago ice raids and what locals and experts are doing to help.
Plus, what President Trump is saying about Tylenol usage in pregnancy. All of that coming up and more, coming up on Rambler Roundup. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Rambler Roundup. I'm Brandon Wolak.
And I'm Anushka Nair. Chicago has seen a recent spike in arrests due to the ongoing ice raids, raising concern for the community. Data has shown that starting in early September, people have been held in ICE detention centers, many without any criminal history. In response to the growing concerns, Mayor Brandon Johnson signed an executive order protecting the Chicago Initiative and the right to protest. To get an expert's perspective on this pressing matter, I spoke to Olga Avdeyeva, a political science professor at Loyola. Recent ICE raids in Chicago have sparked fear and uncertainty, particularly within the immigrant communities. While the raids are not new, their impact on local residents is profound. To understand this better, I spoke with Professor Olga Avdeyeva, a political science professor at Loyola who specializes in European Union politics.
Particular policy of raiding cities potentially, and I think will, lead to a greater polarization inside specific communities.
As the fear of raids grows, it's becoming evident that people are avoiding public spaces. Everyday activities like going to work, school, or even seeking medical care are now fraught with anxiety.
Many people are afraid to go out. They now try to essentially stay confined to their private areas where they cannot be asked by any authorities of their documents.
In response, some institutions like schools and healthcare providers are taking steps to protect those at risk. The professor notes that while Chicago is better prepared than other U.S. cities, resistance is key.
I think we are in a much better spot than many other places in the United States in terms of resisting to this federal law. And we already know that this administration responds to resistance.
Looking at the broader picture, Professor Avdeyeva warns that these enforcement tactics may have long-lasting consequences on democracy and civil liberties, both in the U.S. and around the world.
Experiencing the height in this sense of insecurity, great, if not polarization, but sort of fear.
Operation Midway Blitz is still ongoing with no clear end date.
In a White House press conference Monday, President Trump announced that autism may be linked to acetaminophen usage during pregnancy. In conjunction with the FDA, Trump outlined plans to update drug labeling to discourage the use of acetaminophen by pregnant people. Acetaminophen, commonly sold under the brand name Tylenol, is considered the only safe over-the-counter pain reliever for pregnant people. Experts say that there has not been a clear connection between Tylenol and autism.
Tech workers and startups are sounding the alarm after President Trump proposed a massive hike in H-1B visa fees, raising them to over $100,000 per applicant. That's a massive jump from just a few $1,000s today. Supporters say it's about protecting American jobs, but critics argue it could shut out talented workers from overseas and hurt small companies that rely on global talent. The proposal is already facing backlash, and legal challenges may be on the way. The Suburban School District 214 has decided to not honor Wheeling High School alum Charlie Kirk after he was killed in a shooting last week. After the death of the conservative activist, two opposing petitions were created by community members. One asked the district to create a day of honor in Kirk's name, while the other called on the school to not address his divisive legacy. After a school board meeting on Thursday, the district released a statement saying they are aware of the petitions and will not hold a district-wide memorial to avoid disrupting the learning environment.
There's a new top dog in Chicago. Portillo's announced a sudden leadership change today as president and CEO Michael Ozzolu resigned effective immediately. Ozzolu, who has led the Chicago-based chain since 2018, oversaw the company's IPO and its expansion to 96 locations across the country. In a statement, Ozzolu called his time at Portillo's one of the greatest honors of his career. Current chairman Michael Miles Jr. has been appointed interim CEO, while Ozzolu will remain with the company as a special advisor for the next 90 days to support the transition. The company has begun the search for a new permanent CEO. Coming up next, Loyola is showcasing its fine arts faculty.
And the Edgewater Monday Market is coming to a close for the season.
Now, we want to reach as many kids as we can through the animal stories, through their friendships, to show that they're like us. back to when I was a kid. I was obsessed with animals and would have died to be taken to a show like this. Take a look at him. First of all, you'll notice that he's got sharp claws because he's climbing up on me and they're so sharp. I think this farm is different from other educational farms or places around because we're not like a petting zoo. It's a hands-on science class, which you're not getting in a petting zoo type environment. My dream was to work with children and animals, and I was able to make that dream come true. And I want that for all these kids. I want their dreams to come true too.
Aaron's Farm. Rescue, sanctuary, advocacy. To find out more about Aaron's Farm and how to schedule a visit, go to aaronsfarm.net or connect on Facebook at Aaron's Farm 1.
The scent of pupusas filled the air last Thursday in the Sister Jean Ballroom for a very special celebration. The Latin Heritage Month celebration, put on by the Center for Student Inclusion and Belonging, hosted almost 200 students to savor the flavor of Latin culture. Organizers for the event said they aim to create a welcoming space for students of all cultures to celebrate the diversity of Loyola's student body. Missed this one? Make sure to keep an eye out for more events by the Center of Student Inclusion and Belonging to join in the fun. Here on campus, Loyola is also highlighting the arts with a new faculty exhibition. Reporter Layla Ali has the story.
The part-time faculty arts exhibition is in full swing, giving teachers a chance to swap the classroom for the gallery. Loyola's Fine Arts Department is shining a spotlight on the works of their part-time faculty, with a new exhibition now on display. Part-time instructor Marina Ross, whose work is featured in the gallery, creates colorful fantasy-like paintings, inspired by her experience with grief.
There was the one moment in my life that sort of like changed my life and changed my art practice, which was the loss of my son. I began making this work about The Wizard of Oz. It was the film that I had really wanted to show my son. One of the reasons we have kids is to pass on things to them or pass on our knowledge or our interests.
Her story is deeply personal, but the importance of sharing faculty work is something both colleagues and students can connect with.
It is a different experience, I think, for the part-time faculty here, because their real focus is meant to be on teaching and student experience. So I feel like, I don't know, our part-time teachers are very committed to the students that they work with.
I think a lot of works here, you always put some part of yourself into your work. It was really just nice to be able to walk around and see the professor's works.
By sharing her work in the gallery, Ross hopes to spark reflection in viewers, showing how beauty and grief can exist side by side.
Some of my favorite artworks, artists have taken difficult subject matter and used a kind of benign or idyllic subject to talk about it. I wanted viewers to maybe want to get to know the work more and then find out my story later on.
The part-time faculty exhibition is open for viewing at the Ralph Arnold Annex, giving the Loyola community a chance to see the professors not just as teachers, but as artists. Students and faculty can visit the exhibition now till October 4th and experience the professors' creativity firsthand.
Thanks, Layla. The Colvin House in Edgewater said goodbye to Summer or Sunday with their second annual Music Fest. The event featured live music and food vendors outside, with over 20 unique art vendors to shop from inside. The Loyola Child Development graduate students hosted kids' activities. Next, the Colvin House will be celebrating fall with a Halloween cocktail event on October 9th. Another Edgewater event, the Monday Market, is coming to an end soon. Here's Madden Lewis with more.
Loyola students are getting hands-on experience in sustainability. I visited their booth at the Edgewater Monday Market to see how they're sharing fresh produce and eco-friendly practices with visitors. Every Monday afternoon, the Rogers Park Monday Market occurs right near the lake, bringing together bakers, farmers, and makers from the Chicagoland area.
We have a variety of greens, fruits, and mushrooms. It typically changes depending on the season. Right now we have our late summer crops, which are tomatoes, peppers.
Among all the different vendors, one in particular stands out. It is a stand run by students from Loyola University's School of Environmental Sustainability.
Your own garden and kind of seeing the produce come out, you see produce that looks really different than like what you traditionally see in a grocery store. So it's really cool to see like the variety of colors and sizes that you wouldn't see typically on a shelf.
You can see Loyola students selling vegetables they have grown themselves locally. For them, the market is more than a place to sell food. It's a place for them to showcase the produce they brought. And for shoppers here in Rogers Park, it means fresh, local produce every Monday. Students in the program grow vegetables on Loyola's campus gardens and harvest them to sell at the market.
Everything you see in our beds here is all grown from seed by the students themselves. So it's a pretty student-run program, along with Kevin Erickson, who's kind of our manager.
Loyola students get to put sustainability into practice by working in the garden, and they gain the satisfaction of watching their crops grow from seed to market where neighbors can enjoy them. Through their booth, Loyola students are connecting with the community and promoting environmentally friendly efforts.
Still to come, Sister Jean is retired from campus duties.
Plus, a look into how Cubs fans are feeling as the team heads into October.
Sweet Nouveau is an artisan confections company. We specialize in our artisan caramels that are each made by hand. We have a variety of different flavors. We make our caramel pretzels. We have new items coming out all the time, new flavors coming out all throughout the year. Each of our products are hand cut, individually wrapped, and hand packaged by us. And we also do our own packaging for gifts and other items like that for the holiday season. Feel free to visit our website at www.mysweetnouveau.com.
Amid growing health concerns, Sister Jean has retired from official campus duties. She served as a campus minister and chaplain of the men's basketball team for 34 years. In a statement released on her 106th birthday, University President Mark C. Reed said, quote, "While Sister Jean is no longer able to physically be present on campus, she remains a beloved friend, trusted advisor, and loyal Rambler."
It's a busy night for fans with three of the city's major teams in action. The Chicago Blackhawks start the preseason tonight with a road matchup against the Detroit Red Wings. Puck drop is at 6 p.m. at Little Caesars Arena. It's the first look at top prospect Connor Bedard heading into his third season. Meanwhile, over in the Bronx, the White Sox will face off against the Yankees with first pitch at 6:05. The Sox are playing out the final stretch of a disappointing season, but several young players are getting key reps as the front office begins to look forward to 2026. It's a celebration on the north side. The Cubs host the Mets at Wrigley Field tonight with a 6:40 start. It's their first home game since officially clinching a playoff spot for the first time in 5 years last Wednesday in Pittsburgh. Here's more on the excitement of the Cubs faithful and how one familiar face is making a return to Chicago.
The north side is buzzing once again. For the first time in 5 years, the Chicago Cubs are headed back to the playoffs, and with October baseball officially returning to Wrigley Field for the first time since 2020, fans are ready. The Cubs came out hot this season, showing early signs of a playoff run. A midseason slump raised doubts, but as fall approaches, the team has surged back into form and into the postseason picture.
Great feeling, huge for the city. I mean, it's been a while now, but feels like a team that should be good every year, so for them to be back here, it's good. The city's different when the Cubs are good. You can just feel it.
Look around. I mean, it's great. Everybody's just having a good time, and it's better when the team's winning. I'll put it that way.
It's popping right now, man. Everywhere you look, there's people all over the street. You know, it gets Chicago going when the Cubs are good.
Leading the charge is breakout star Pete Crow Armstrong, whose speed and spark have electrified the lineup. He's joined by proven stars with World Series experience in Kyle Tucker and Dansby Swanson, a core that blends youth, experience, and postseason ambition. Outside Wrigley, the belief is back. After years of rebuilding and near misses, fans say this team finally feels different.
I think it's just been like the fact that our pitchers have been so good. Some guys we brought in on short deals but have been phenomenal. Guys coming up from the minors that have played well. I think it's just been an all-around effort, which is nice to see.
Well, they're winning for starters. It's been pretty. Last year they were winning a little bit, but in the last couple of years. But we've gone through some dry streaks since 2016.
While not a single player from the Cubs' 2016 championship team remains on the roster, a beloved figure from that 2016 team is returning. Not as a player, but as a presence. Anthony Rizzo, a cornerstone of the team that ended the Cubs' 108-year World Series drought, has rejoined the organization as a team ambassador after announcing his retirement earlier this month. A title this fall would be the Cubs' fourth in franchise history, but just their second in the modern era. October baseball is coming to Wrigley Field once again, and this time, a new generation is ready to carry the torch.
Yes, the excitement at Wrigley Field is electric as a new generation of Cubs players looks to carry the torch this October. And that wraps up this edition of Rambler Roundup.
That's all from us. We'll see you back here next time, and to stay up to date with us, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Rambler Roundup.